Did you know we have an active and fun chat room? Come and join presenters and other listeners at transradiouk.com. TRUK United FC, the new football team for the LGBT community. Visit TRUKUnitedFC.com for more details. Trans Radio UK, here for the community, 24 hours a day. In conversation with Avril and Lucy. Get involved. Call or WhatsApp 0800 118 4099.
In conversation with myself, Lucy Clark, and Avril. And I will let her speak in a minute. She has got a microphone now. She has a microphone back that's full of my spittle.
That is so nice.
I know. Well,
that is really disgusting.
Of course it's not. But yeah, no, you're allowed to speak now.
I'm allowed to speak, am I? Good evening, everybody.
This is your show too. How are you? You good?
Yes, I'm good, thank you.
Nice
well,
to
I'm
see
not
you.
good so much, but...
Oh no, because you fell over, didn't you?
I took the dogs out on Tuesday, and it was, as I think you know, we've mentioned it before, it's very hilly round here, and I was over the fields, and it was pouring with rain, and it wasn't the dog's fault, and I slipped and fell.
Old lady.
Yeah, but
over.
Really badly.
Jeez.
And I still walked the dogs. I came back. And I think whenever you hurt yourself, it's always the day after, isn't it? That is the worst day. And today, my back, my neck.
You had that stiff neck look.
I've still got it, yeah. And the pain is shooting up into my head as well. So I'm feeling a bit sorry for myself because I'm in absolute agony.
Oh, bless you.
So...
Oh, well, I'm buzzing. I've had a great day.
I know you've had a good day.
I played golf. I scored my best ever score at golf today.
I know you did.
And it's quite funny because I had a little chill on the sofa last night with Alf. We do have a little cuddle and watch a bit of YouTube. And I watched the golf thing and I was like, break 80. And this is genuine. And I was like, there's no point in me watching that. And then I was like, break 85. No, it's not even more. So I looked at break 90, just ways to make sure you break 90. And I went and scored 78. I broke 80. I smashed it.
Well done, you.
I need to look at the break 75 videos next.
There we go.
Yes. So that's been good. That's been good. We have some news on TRUK United a little bit later. Obviously, it's just an update. It's just to bore you all with the information again.
Yeah. And also, just a tip for everybody, because I'm going to mention this, because this is another drama that happened today. If you have anything important that you're taking on an aeroplane, take it in the hold. Not in the hold, take it into the cabin, because we're going to Poland next week for my son's wedding, and him and his fiancée flew out this morning to Poland only to find someone had walked off with her suitcase with her wedding dress in it, and it's taken until this evening for that person to realise they had the wrong case.
Tried it on first, I bet.
Yeah, I bet they did.
I would have done.
So luckily, she's got the wedding dress back. Well, you wouldn't have fitted into Ricky's
Oh,
wedding.
right, okay, no need for that.
But luckily, for all this morning, it was, and this afternoon, it just was panic stations, wasn't it? Yeah, they're getting married on Tuesday. There's no time to get another dress.
But they've got it back. So
but they've got it back. But just anything important, take it in the cabin with you.
Yes.
Do not put it in the hold.
Do not risk it. And here's a thought.
Oh dear.
At some point in my life, I've been able to fit into pretty much every dress.
Well, I think everybody has.
Yeah, I know they have.
Right.
So there's a positives to look at. Let's not look at the negatives.
I'm not looking at negatives.
Just saying. Right, we have got. You want to get some other news out of the way, haven't you?
Yes, we do need to talk about the horrible stuff that's going on, because it's relevant, and I think we need to discuss it. But then we can talk about all the nice stuff.
We need a jingle like a da-da-da-da turf update. Or
yes, there we go. As you're doing the jingles.
Yeah, anyone want to make us a turf update jingle? Or
needs to be quite dramatic, doesn't it?
Yes.
Or,
dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Right. So is it an EHRC?
Well,
update?
let me look at the. Well, we've got several. So I'll start with the good news today, because there was some good news as well. A judge at the quarter session has ruled guidance that tells trans men and trans women that they can respond with the answer that corresponds with how they live their lives is lawful in Scotland. So that went to court today, and the gender critical people are extremely upset, because I think they thought they spent a fortune fighting to say that if you're trans, on your census in Scotland, you have to put your birth sex, not your gender. So, but it actually has a lot of other implications because Fair Play for Women, who are an anti-trans group, they previously took on the Office for National Statistics, who ran the England census in 2021 to override the trans inclusive guidance. And they actually, in the end, the Office for National Statistics actually backed down and actually changed the guidance, if you remember. But a whole heap of people thought, I'm not listening to the guidance, I'm doing what I want to do. Now, I think the Office of National Statistics thought it was just a nothing thing that they were allowing to change, not realising the huge implications on it. And it was just a couple of, they probably thought it was just a couple of words in the guidance that nobody read. So they thought it was a meaningless win to give, gets Fair Play for Women off their back. But then Fair Play for Women moved to Scotland, and this is what they've been trying to do in Scotland. And of course, the Scots were having none of it at all. So
God, I love the Scots.
Yeah, so it doesn't affect necessarily all the other stuff, but the differences in the guidance are politely mentioned because they were using the fact that the ONS had changed it, and the judgment that was done said no, it's not, what you're saying doesn't apply. And actually, because it is a judgment, it supersedes the Office for National Statistics consent order, but it's not a high enough court to be binding in England. But in England, the judge who looked at it when the ONS decided it was far more important to be a transphobic bigot than to recognise the relationship. And so there's a whole load of stuff going on that. But for Scotland and for all trans people in Scotland, that's a win, irrespective about the fact that you would have put your own gender on there anyway, because I think people don't read that guidance. And we had a discussion about it here, didn't we? And you're a woman, so that's what you filled in on the England census.
So are we all moving to Scotland then?
No.
But well done, Scotland.
So that was a really positive.
Definitely a big positive.
Negative thing that happened today was that the Times rang with a headline: "Teachers told to avoid the biased views of BLM and Stonewall," and this is looking like we're going back to Section 28, where they're telling schools to get rid of any LGBT or have any discussions about it at school.
So they're saying, well, that just says that they want us to go back to being racist, homophobes.
Yes, but that actually wasn't what the guidance was. And actually Stonewall are making a formal complaint to the Times and asking for a correction on it. But we need to make sure that correction is front page, like the front page, because the headline in the Times was "Teachers told to avoid the biased views of BLM and Stonewall," which actually wasn't the case. And the guidance actually hasn't changed. The Department of Education hasn't changed the guidance. So Stonewall have gone and said you need to retract that. It's factually incorrect. So that was another big thing that happened today. And something that happened yesterday about the EHRC. They've been caught tampering with the human rights tracker that they show on their website at the request of an anti-equality organisation. So there was wording that wording that relates to the GRA. And the original wording they talked about in September 2020, the government's response to the 2018 consultation on the Gender Recognition Act announced welcome steps to move the system online and reduce the application fee for a gender recognition certificate. And it's these words: but declined to simplify the law to remove unnecessary barriers for transgender people face in obtaining a GRC. And that was the original wording. Now, there'd been LGB Alliance and through Freedom of Information Act information. There are emails that have been produced from the LGB Alliance. And actually, the wording was changed to reduce the application fee for a gender recognition certificate, but declined to demedicalise the system for legal gender recognition or to move to a system of self-identification that some groups have been calling for. Now, that means that's two completely different things. Now, somebody had noticed the website had changed, because obviously we've got people that check all this all the time. And so they've been hauled up over it. But yes, again, it's not making any of the mainstream press. Something like this, where they're clearly...
well, where's GB News?
Well, they're not going to be doing anything. But this was investigations done by Trans Liberty UK, and they were alarmed to find that it had changed, and the LGB Alliance had made a complaint about the language to EHRC, and they changed it.
That's just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, what is going on with this EHRC? It just needs to be disbanded.
Well, it doesn't need to be disbanded. I think we need to be careful.
Well, everyone that's in there needs to come out of it, because
it needs to be wiped, not disbanded, because we need something like that, but we need it. They all need to be sacked.
Well, that's
and we
it.
need to get
in,
proper
it needs
people.
It needs a complete restructure, rather than disbanded. And then, that was the wrong word.
Obviously, what you've also got is you've got the Safe to Be Me conference as well, that's coming up at the end of June. And there's no way, I just don't understand how anybody in this government can even think that they can run without a guilty conscience a Safe to Be Me international conference in the Queen Elizabeth Centre, which LGB Alliance used, because it's not safe to be you in the UK. It's not safe to be you in many countries around the world. But for all these revelations that have come out about the EHRC, all this stuff that's going on with us, putting us on the same level as Turkey, Hungary and Poland, for not just trans rights, but for LGBT rights. And obviously, when you're rolling back LGBT, a bigot is a bigot, and you'll find that a bigot will be a racist, and they will be an ableist.
Generally, they'll tick a lot of boxes.
Won't just be just one.
Yeah.
Our friend Dozy Posey Parker is one of those. You know, she ticks, but she's always ticking boxes, isn't she? So it's how the UK government, even think that it was a great idea. Now, there is organisations that are organising protests, I think, that are going to be happening during that Safe to Be Me conference. So keep an eye on our socials, because we will be supporting any action that goes on up there, and we will be up there protesting as well. We're not sure what date or anything just yet, but we will announce it in due course. But I've already got the artwork done for my posters, so I am being very prepared about this, because I think it's really, really important.
We will be there, and we will cover it, and we will. There's lots of other events and stuff. It's not only just that, as far as us covering stuff this year, it's lots of other events. We want to be able to cover prides, but not just the big prides, any pride. So people out there, if you're local, if you've got a local pride that we possibly, as an organisation wouldn't be able to cover, but you'll be able to cover it for us. It's important, isn't it? To get the positive stuff.
We've had a few prides reach out to us already asking if we will go. But obviously we can't get to every single pride, because we also have a radio station that we need to run. So like Lucy has said, if you've got a pride that's running, let us know. We can give you some flyers for you to hand out. All mobile phones these days have a voice recorder on it. Record some interviews for us, send them in, and we'll get them out on air.
Do a write up.
You're all part of our family, whether you're in the UK or whether you're abroad, wherever you are. And actually, Shelley's done that before. She went to a couple in Australia, didn't she?
Dallas Pride.
Yeah, and just. You are our family, and you can help us. I mean,
we're gonna make sure that we get reporters and or even hopefully we'll be going to some of them ourselves, to some of the the ones where we're having to protest and what have you not. And there's some of the prides that we're going to be going to, but we just want to cover as many as possible, and it doesn't always have to be the negative. Let's get all the positive out.
Well, I think I think we all need to be in the trans community very visible and very positively visible, and I think it's important not just for the people that are out, but for the people that aren't out, and also for the kids, because when we've done prides, we did that stall. That's the first time we've ever had a proper stall at a pride. Normally we walk around or we're just on the stage. We actually had a stall at Pride in Surrey, And the amount of kids that came up to speak to us just was astounding, wasn't it? You're not just trans kids, but non-binary, all on the rainbow. Came up and had lots of lovely chats with us, didn't they?
That's the thing. We are in 2022, and the world is a better place than it was in 2000, 1990, 1980, 1970, etc., etc. You know, we can go back as far as old as some of our listeners are, and it is a better place, and they are now allowing to be themselves. The problem is they are coming out into a world where there is all the hate as well, and
more hate than there. I mean, this is similar hate that was going on in the 70s and in the 80s and about Section 28. What they're trying to do with trans rights is exactly the same thing that they were doing with Section 28. You know, and I've been speaking to people that lived through that. Lived through the fighting against Section 28 and getting that repealed and all those sort of things. And for them, they feel, and this isn't just trans people, this is people, LGBT people saying, I can't believe we're back here.
We are.
Yet again, it's the same thing. But in history, people will look back to this time and they will look and they'll be astounded that all this was happening because the world will get better, but so we'd like with anything to make a change. If you accept the status quo, then change never happens. So you have to fight against it to educate and inform. And one of the things I find really difficult as an ally is informing even just friends and family sometimes. You know, I had this...
Well, can I just say about the phone call I had today?
Yeah, you can.
That was just crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it was... So I've got a thyroid issue that I've had for many, many years, and today the specialist rang me for an appointment, which was fine. So she rang and we sat and discussed, and we were just talking about medication and what have you not, without going into too much detail. But instead of saying gender reassignment surgery, she said sex change.
And she's an endocrinologist, so she knows. She should know what the terminology is.
Pardon? What was that? I was like, did you just say what I thought you said? I said, you mean gender reassignment surgery? I was like, my goodness.
You've gone bright red now.
Have I?
Yeah, but you told me when she came off the phone, she was like, I cannot believe what this specialist, and she's an endocrinologist, so she's not like a bone doctor or anything. She's a specialist, an endocrinologist. She will deal with trans people, and what is shocking is that she thought that was acceptable terminology to use when talking to you.
Well, no, she would know. I think she realised that it wasn't.
Yes, but she said said it in the first place.
I've got to go to some adverts before we do. Talking of going bright red, I made myself go bright red on the breakfast show this morning.
What were you doing?
So I just got myself into a big old waffle. And I was
as you do.
As I do. I go off on a tangent about something. And I don't know what it was. I can't remember. But I ended up just digging myself into this big, massive hole that I couldn't crawl out of. And I was like, oh, my God. And I actually felt myself going all red. And I'm like...
You've gone bright red again.
Have I?
You have gone bright red again.
See, I could never lie. I could never lie.
No, I can tell when you're lying.
Oh, God, yeah. I'd just be like...
You don't even try.
Well, right, anyway. Some adverts. We are going to talk a bit about football.
Yes.
We'll talk about the storm that's coming.
Yes. Ooh.
Want your storm stories. We'll be back just after these.
Oh, I love this. We continue in moments.
This is good.
Yes. You're logged to Trans Radio UK.
Win £25,000 and help TRUK Listens at the same time. Enter the Rainbow Lottery and click TRUK Listens as your chosen organisation. And not only can you win £25,000, 50p of every ticket purchased will go to TRUK Listens. Please see www.transradiouk.com and click Win £25,000 for more details.
Tea and Coffee are a global network providing alcohol-free safe spaces through face-to-face and online platforms. All of our events are held in safe, accessible and alcohol-free environments, allowing our members to relax and really connect with one another. To become part of one of the fastest growing global networks for trans and gender diverse people, simply visit tncoffeelgbt.com. That's the letter tncoffeelgbt.com. At Tea and Coffee, we're supporting you to be you.
Did you know we receive no funding here at Trans Radio UK? To keep us on air and growing, we rely on donations. To donate, please head to www.transradiouk.com and click the link. A regular payment of £20 will see you become a partner of TRUK. Other options are available. Email info@transradiouk.com for details. A big thank you from all the team here at Trans Radio UK.
Looking for business cards, flyers, in fact anything in print? We can help. Digital format specialists, www.printsmart.uk.com. Think smart, print smart.
Trans Radio UK is on right now. Across the UK and beyond. Now, more of the music you love. Trans Radio UK. In conversation with Avril and Lucy. Get involved. Call or WhatsApp 0800 118 4099.
Still can't believe you got your name first on that jingle.
Well, you got the jingle.
Yeah, I know, but I was obviously in your bad books for some reason at the time. Thought I'd cheer you up.
You're very rarely in my bad books, darling.
That's good. That's good. Right, just want to give you a quick update on TRUK United. So, yes, we've been chatting to someone today. There's someone I need to email or Twitter message back if we're going to be totally upfront. And I got a message somebody back on Twitter. It's a team that we've spoken to previously, but we're actually going to get a date to play them, and they're really keen to play us. I think it would be really good. It'll be a joint thing for two different charities. But that will be Springfield Road, and they're actually prison officers at Chelmsford Prison.
Wow!
And I think they do lots of work for a homeless charity. So
that'd be good.
Yeah. We're going to mix in with them. So we're going to have a game in Essex. Probably going to look to get that in early June time.
Not late June because we're protesting.
No. Yes. So that's good. But we haven't announced it officially yet. But we are playing on the 31st of March, Dulwich Hamlet. It's going to be officially announced. I've got a cat that's just come in and got a claw stuck in my leg. And me truck, what are you doing?
A couple of our older cats, now while Lucy's screaming away there, a couple of our older cats just seem to get their claws stuck in everything at the moment, don't they? They're very loving.
She is loving, and she's just wanted to...
Oh, actually, talking about cats, I have to say, on TikTok, there is this video, somebody's redone some scenes from Titanic, and they've called it Cat-tanic or something. Oh, right. And I've shared it on your Facebook. You need to go and look later. And it's just, instead of Leo having Kate Winslet, it's all this cat. It's one cat. Like when the boat's, he's looking out the porthole and he can see the water's halfway through the window. You can see his face and then the cat's face comes. It's really funny. You need to watch it. If you're friends with me, you'll see I've shared it on my Facebook. But if you're not, you need to go and look at. Just put in Titanic with cat, and it will come up on TikTok. It's very, very funny.
But Molly's got big. Yeah, she just put her paw on my leg and then just got all her claws stuck. It's like, what are you doing? Anyway, as I was saying,
I have to say, Chrissy's put in this case they'll take no prisoners. For your prison officer match.
Yes. Indeed.
That is so funny.
Stay tuned for that. We will let you know the date of that once it's arranged, but I'm expecting us to be able to announce a date for that this week. On the 31st of March. It's being announced officially on the 1st of March, and there's lots of exciting stuff going on. And there's lots of exciting stuff at TRUK going. This I can't... I'm Paula. We all know Paula. And if you don't know Paula, she was the goalkeeper for TRUK United's first match.
The one in purple.
And she's lovely, Paula. And she's involved with Dulwich Hamlet, who we're playing.
She is an amazing lady, love her.
And she's got knows lots of stuff that they've been discussing, but won't give much information. And I'm going to do a little bit like that now for you. However, so there's somebody that's on TV that's an ex-footballer that's about 6'7" tall. Played for England.
I know who it is.
Used to do a robotic dance when he scored a goal. And his wife was a model.
Yeah.
Famous for being a model. Anyway, they've got a documentary thing that's going on. And a certain radio station is actually going to be featured. Because a certain 6'7" person is going to be coming to TRUK HQ for an interview, and it's going to be filmed for the documentary, and also will be going out live on Trans Radio UK. So that's exciting, and that's all going to be happening before the match on the 31st of March. As I say, we're announcing the match on the 1st of March. That's when people will be able to buy tickets. It's Dulwich Hamlet FC Women versus TRUK United FC.
Yep. It's amazing. I've already had people contacting me saying about their coming down.
We've got a squad, big squad.
Yeah, I've been answering the phones here in the HQ as well, and there's been a few people so eager to be part of the squad. You know, one person in particular, bless her, I think she rang me several times a day.
Well, she wanted to make sure she got her squad number.
She wanted the squad number.
Yeah.
But also, I know everything about her. I know everything about the way she plays because I've been on the phone for about half an hour while she was telling me, and we're now friends on Facebook and everything. So she's lovely. Cool. She is really, really lovely. I just the same name as you as well, but it isn't you. Yeah.
No. So we have a squad for this particular match. At the moment, I think the squad's 17, 18, and all the players are trans women. So it will be the first time ever. Go search Google. It's never happened before. It's happened with a team of trans men in India. But it has never, ever happened with a team of trans women. So we're going to be making history on March the 31st. It's a Thursday night, and the reason it's that night, it is Transgender Day of Visibility.
Yeah, and I think it's really, really important that it is on that day because all sorts of organisations are doing stuff, quite rightly so, and lots of individuals are doing things for Transgender Day of Visibility. And I just think with all the current anti-trans rhetoric that's going on at the moment and all the noise that's out there, it's nice to be able to stand there and be proud of who you are, be proud of the community that you're in, but also doing something or be part of something that is the first ever in the world, which is just going to be amazing.
It's going to be on Sky Sports. Sky Sports will be covering it. It's going to be it's not going to be streamed live, but it's going to be recorded. I think there's going to be live commentary. Apparently, I mean, we'll be going.
That won't be me because I haven't got a clue.
No, but we will be probably going. It'll be featured on that evening. Not quite sure. It's a Thursday night, so of course it will be this slow. So it will be well featured, which will be really, really good.
There's a few of the team that are coming down as well, so I'll be there shouting.
Yes, Janella will be there.
Banners. I think Andrea's coming down. Isn't
hopefully, Tara will be
Phoenix
there.
Phoenix is coming as well.
There'll be lots of the team there, and hopefully lots of our listeners there as well. So we're obviously going to be plugging it between now and then. Tickets will be on sale. I can reveal now. Tickets will be £4 for adults and £2 for children.
Total bargain.
And there's going to be lots of other things as well there, and chances to win signed balls, signed shirts, All money raised is going to TRUK Listens.
Which is amazing.
All money raised is going to TRUK Listens.
And little Emma, little Emily Williams, you might have seen her, 13-year-old trans girl who puts herself out there. She does put herself out there. Yeah. She's going to be down there too as well.
She's going to be part of our team for the day. She's actually going to be, she's going to kick the ball around with us and have a kick about and what have you not. And that'll be really, really good.
Yeah.
So what was it?
It will be really, really good.
It will be really, really good.
Really good.
No, it's going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to be mascot. if you like. She's going to come out and lead the team out and whatever. It's going to be brilliant for her. We're going to make sure that she has a real special day, because she's amazing to be, public.
She's gone through a really hard time at school, so she's had a lot of bullying that's gone on at school. She's done some. Angelina Jolie did a book and featured Emily in that book, but she has had a hard time at school, more so recently as well, and actually her mum was looking to tutor her from home, but Emily dusted herself off and said, you know what, Mum, I'm going to go and face this and go in. And I just think that's really hard. Bearing in mind we spoke about that poor trans boy who took his life a few weeks ago because of the school not supporting him. For her to go and do that, I think, in the face of being bullied, I think that's a really, really brave thing to do. And she is pushing boundaries for trans kids as well.
100%.
She's got her own little Instagram account as well, so she does stuff on there. So go and have a look at her, follow her, Emily Williams. Go and have a look.
She's doing amazing.
She is, and her mum is.
And she's football mad.
She is football mad.
She's football mad, and she's TRUK United mad. And we got the song, haven't we? Hi ho, TRUK United. So TRUK United, make sure you keep that date in your diaries, 31st of March. The match is in South East London. I will let you know now, there's going to be some entertainment after. It's not a case of you coming all the way down for a game of football. Come down, there's going to be some entertainment after. We're all going to be there all night. We're going to hopefully have a couple of drinky poos after. I think there's possibly going to be some music, and it's going to be an event. It's going to be an evening. If you can, get a little hotel local or what have you not. Dulwich is quite a nice area, and there's some decent areas around that are fairly local with good transport links as well, isn't there? That you can get there. So, and Dulwich is right next to a station, actually, like the football ground where it's being held. So get down, come and support the event and meet everyone. And
it's just so exciting. Just be part of this event. It is going to be a world first, and you want to be able to look back, especially with all this anti-trans stuff, and look back and say, oh my god, I was part of that. When people talk about that match being the world's first with the trans women, it's just going to be amazing to be able to be part of that. And I can't wait to tell Arthur when he's a bit older, this is what his nan did, not me nan, but Nanny Lucy sorted this out. I just think you've worked really, really hard to make this. This was an idea you had, and I know how hard you've worked to bring this to fruition, and having Paula on board to help you.
And Dulwich
have just been so good. They're so good.
They're so in. Their EDI is absolutely brilliant at Dulwich, and they've been really supportive with everyone. And I know a lot of the girls because I've refereed them over the years. They've always been just really supportive and really. As of lots of other clubs, to be fair. I've got to say, I refereed Wimbledon v QPR last night, which was an absolutely brilliant game, and both the girls from both teams I've refereed lots of times, so they all know me, and they're just absolutely brilliant. And from pulling in at the club, the guy on the gate, oh hi Lucy, how are you? Just absolutely brilliant.
But that's just proves how inclusion works.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Be inclusive, because everybody then is happy.
Well, that's it, and that's why it's crazy that the UK is known as Turf Island, because lots of people are generally absolutely fabulous. It's just when they're behind a keyboard, that's the problem.
Yeah, that is the trouble. A lot of keyboard warriors.
Right, some adverts, and we'll be back.
Oh, I love this.
We continue in moments.
This is good.
Yes.
You're logged to Trans Radio UK.
Ever thought about having your own radio show? Well, now you can, as we're looking for presenters to join our team. No experience is needed and minimal equipment required. For more information, email info@transradiouk.com.
If you're transgender, feeling lonely and don't think there's any help available, well, now Trans Radio UK have TRUK Listens, a confidential phone service just for you, on 0800 009 6640.
Talk for some time when you're feeling good. It's gone so much better than you thought it would. didn't need that phone call. That was a small price for you to pay.
Go on, make that call. It's a small price.
Truck listens every day.
To talk to someone who's both sympathetic and empathetic, call TRUK Listens 0800 009 6640. TRUK Listen.
Our truck shop is open. Hoodies, t-shirts, face masks, hats and a whole lot more. Visit transradiouk.com. Transradio UK is on right now. Across the UK and beyond. Now. More of the music you love.
Once more.
Transradio UK. In conversation with Avril and Lucy. Get involved. Call or WhatsApp 0800 118 4099.
0800 118 4099 says in conversation with myself and Avril.
Hello.
We want some stories. We've got any stories about like bad or not necessarily bad, but things like that have happened during storms.
We have one.
I mean, we've got an absolute belter that we're going to talk about them a little bit later. So if you've got any stories, then get us through either WhatsApp us 0800 118 4099 or
pop into the chat room.
Come in the chat room.
Transradiouk.com. Click on chat room. Come in. It's actually quite busy in there tonight.
Some of the team are in there.
Yeah, it is.
We've got Tara, DJ Bear, Hayley's there, Roxanne, Sam, Jeannie, Stella, Janella, Andrea, Lexicon, Stephanie, Chrissy, Andrea. I don't know who Lady Sparkles is, but yeah, she's in there too as well.
Must be me.
As well as myself. Come and join us, transradiouk.com. Right. We want to have a quick chat. Obviously, all this charity match that we're doing, which is brilliant, and we're doing it more so because, well, one of the reasons we set TRUK United, that was people saying to me, there's not a football team for me. So I was like, right, there is. I'll make one.
Which you did.
Which we did. So yeah, but it's about playing football and about showing and being visible, especially on that day. But there is like the other side of raising some funds for TRUK Listens, which are obviously needed. You know, we want to keep it A, going, and B, growing. And there's one reason, you know, when we set TRUK Listens up and when we set Trans Radio up, we had little goals. And you know, TRUK Listens was needed because the community needed it, and I just thought, you know, if people would need it, if they needed a chat and maybe a bit of not even advice, but help or thoughts or what have you not,
and so they don't feel alone, because there's still people that live on their own, or they're living in a situation that doesn't enable them to be themselves and just need.
Yeah, whether the call, you know, has been because eyeshadow doesn't match the lipstick and want some help. Not that I'd be any good at that, but yeah, you know, just to it's from one extreme to the other. And the thing is, we didn't know what kind of calls we would get, and we've had lots and lots of different calls.
But we had lots of people already reaching out to us via the radio, so we were already.
That's why TRUK Listens had to start.
So it had to stand alone from
Trans Radio. And it has. There's been like lots of different calls over the year, and however, you know, it's coming up to 2 years. No, 2 years this year, isn't it? Wow. That TRUK Listens has been going. But there was one email that you got the other day.
Yeah, it was.
That they've allowed us to use the words of what they've written. Have you got the email there?
Yes, of course.
Good.
I have.
Right, so Avril's going to tell you the email. She's an email that we received the other day from somebody that had used the TRUK Listen service.
Yeah, so she said, we have permission to read this out. So she said, again, I wish to reiterate my gratitude for all of the help your TRUK Listens helpline gave me when I hit the lowest points of my dysphoria, when I felt I could not go on any further. The simple fact that someone listened to me and offered what I consider to be invaluable help was nothing short of fantastic. Simply knowing that your helpline is run by trans people for trans people like myself made me feel very safe in talking, as I know those kind of people on the other end fully understand where friends and family and other well-meaning helplines can't.
There you go. So that's just, that's just a real positive.
It was, and actually, I went back to them, and there was a few emails backwards and forwards as well. And she said, as a trans person, I'm the representative for my church, which is an LGBTQ friendly safe space, and we have a good number of lovely people in the congregation from the LGBTQ community. So she was asking for some flyers to hand out, and also she said her doctors, which is really good, her doctors also expressed an interest, one of which who specialises in LGBT issues, when I told them about your helpline. So she's passed information on, and I've sent some flyers out to her. She's going to have some of her at church, and she's going to give some into the GP as well,
which is great,
which is just wonderful.
And whilst we don't, with TRUK Listens, we don't expect any feedback whatsoever, but when you actually get emails like that, and then you get,
we've had a few over the time.
We've had emails from people that were at the lowest of the low, and just by ringing TRUK Listens and talking to a member of the team, has helped them to see another day and to move on and progress. So the TRUK Listens team, they're very anonymous in the in the grand scheme of things, because we don't go and advertise who all the team are, other than the ones that run it in the background. But Janella is just she does an amazing job. She's one of the directors of TRUK Listens, and does an absolutely amazing job. So big shout out to Janella and to all the rest of the team. We've got quite a few now that do pick up the phone for us, and
and all very different people as well. So there's a whole diversity of people that are on the TRUK Listens phone, and it's like Lucy said, they are anonymous to everybody else because it's good for them to be anonymous, but also we don't want to put anybody ringing off or getting in touch. Sometimes you don't want to know the face or the name.
No, that's it. I don't think
so.
You
just want there to be the
we've
voice.
Done it. That may change in time, but at the moment, and it is, and we do have a team. We'll let you know. There's a team of about 7 people. That currently answer the phone, and there's a couple more that are looking at joining. One that's going to be starting the training.
We have a few people waiting. You'd be surprised how many people actually have reached out that want to be part of TRUK Listens as well, which is just amazing that they recognise that it's a valuable resource as well.
So big shout out to all the TRUK Listens team, and as I say, we've got another one that's I've actually got to message Janella and give this person's number to, so Janella can have a little chat with them, and we can offer training as well. So if people out there, are looking to possibly,
and obviously that's why things like this football match, even though it is a world first, because it's raising funds for TRUK Listens, that means that we can then invest in people. We can pay for the training that people need to go. So you can come to us interested, but without the relevant training, and we will get you through the right
and allows us
courses.
to buy the equipment that they need to take the calls, and obviously
enable us to upgrade the system as we get bigger and move forward, which is just amazing.
So but fabulous. So it's a fabulous service, and to get feedback from people, as I say, we don't ask, we never go actively seeking any feedback for TRUK Listens, because we don't think that that's right. But if people want to come and offer it to us, and
over the time that it's been running, we've had quite a few people reach out. They
have just come to say thank you.
Just to say thank you, it made a difference. But this one was just it was just really lovely and really long, and it just was so from the heart. So I went back and asked, can we share? And she said we could.
So there you go. That is a TRUK Listen service for you. We've got some more adverts, and then we'll be back. We're going to talk about storms, because there's a storm on the way.
There is.
There's a storm brewing.
Oh, I love this.
We continue in moments.
This is good.
Yes.
You're logged to Trans Radio UK.
Many website owners don't like their website hosting company or support provider, but are too scared to move to someone else in case they lose their site or it affects their business. Based in Telford, at Purple Prince Media, we will move your website to us free of charge with the best support possible. And if you're looking to start up a business, we're also here to design and build your website from the ground up with unbeatable prices on web hosting and dedicated servers. We're also certified Magento developers, which is the world's biggest e-commerce platform. So, rest assured, your online business is just a click away. Drop us an email on hello@purpleprince.co.uk or visit purpleprince.co.uk to get started. Purple Prince Media, the local website company.
Did you know you can advertise with us for less than £1 a day? Call 0207 856 0584 or email sales@transradiouk.com. Trans Radio, supporting mermaids. Family and individual support for gender diverse and transgender children. For information, go to www.mermaidsuk.org.uk. International Trans Lifestyle Magazine, available in print and digital. Support group and events, information, friendship and support. transliving.co.uk.
Trans Radio UK. Tune in via DAB in Ireland. Download our app via your smart speaker or online at transradiouk.com.
Trans Radio UK is on right now. Across the UK and beyond. Now, more of the music you love. Trans Radio UK. In conversation with Avril and Lucy. Get involved. Call or WhatsApp 0800 118 4099.
In conversation with myself and Avril. We've had a WhatsApp come through from Maria just asking about how much tickets are going to be. They're going to be £4 and £2.
Yeah, indeed. And also we should just mention as well about Rainbow Lottery. The Rainbow Lottery, if you go and partake in that, make sure you select TRUK Listens, and we get 50p from every £1 that's spent. We get 50p that comes directly to TRUK Listens as well. And if we make it back into the top 10, we haven't been in the top 10 for a little while, but we were for a very, very long time. We were in the top 10. You get a little bit of extra bunts from the community pot. So please consider doing the Rainbow Lottery. It is only £1 a ticket, and you can win £25,000.
25 bags.
But quite often they add in some special prizes that you can also win.
£1,000 here
as
for
well.
this, £1,000
and
vouchers
also
for that.
A holiday for something. Yeah. So
Trip
please, and there's details on our website about how you can partake in that.
The Rainbow Lottery.
The Rainbow Lottery.
Right. What are we going to talk about?
Eunice.
Oh, God, that was it, yes.
Eunice.
Storms. I need to go in the chat room. I need your stories. I need you. What's any funny things happening? Look out. Eunice is about to blow your house down. You just said. I love that. Yeah, what's the craziest thing that's happened for you? And we're not talking, we don't want like your house being blown over or a tree falling on you.
No, but a tree falling down is like one of my houses years ago, back in the storms of 88. Was it 88? 87. Storms of 88. I was pregnant with Jack then. So storms of 87.
You can't even remember the year. That's good.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to remember. Yeah, but he was born.
I was still at school, so that's why I remember it.
So the storms of 87, they were horrendous. And where I was living at the time, 2 trees smashed through the roof. And actually, it came right. Yeah, they did. 2 massive trees. Oh. So the house I was living in was alongside. It was down in Leatherhead, actually, alongside of the M25, but not the M25. That's a big M25 that it is now. It was much smaller, and we had all big trees all along in the embankment. And 2, there was a massive, God Almighty smash, and it came down, and it was the children's bedroom as well.
Oh gosh.
So we had. And then we also had like a lean-to kind of conservatory kind of greenhouse thing, and a tree went through that as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad. It
was. But I think the funniest thing was what happened here.
Yeah, so a few years ago when we had the big storm, big bang, crash and a bang that reminds me of a really bad joke I had at school. It was a dark night.
No, it's normally with an accent, isn't it? It was a dark.
And the toilet lights were dim. There was a crash and a bang. My Goldie's fallen in.
Oh my gosh. Really?
No. So, next door's trampoline decided to fly into our garden.
Well, the thing is, I have to say, because it was Sam's mum's, Sam's sister's trampoline, and Sam's put they have no trampolines now, but this trampoline was a 12-foot trampoline, and it had all the netting around
absolutely
it,
massive.
and it was like it'd been jumped on lots, so it was embedded in the ground. We have probably 25 foot high, thick hedges. They are probably 25 foot high, and they're probably, well, these days they're probably only about 3 foot wide, but back in those days they were probably 6-7 foot wide. They were really wide before we started trimming our bushes.
Yeah.
And this trampoline, and it was halfway up the garden. Now we are on a hill, so it does make it easy for it to blow up and then blow down to the house. It blew up, and it didn't even touch the fence at all. It blew up and it came and it smashed right down by our back door. We have an awning, a wide.
Beg your pardon?
We have a.
No one just joined in then.
So we have a wind out, like a sun awning out the back that we have. We keep it out in all weathers because it keeps all the rubbish that we've got out the back dry.
Or it keeps the sun out or the rain out.
So we have it as a shelter because we had rabbits at the time as well. We had the rabbit hutches underneath it, and this trampoline flattened. We had patio furniture there, didn't we? That was gone. The umbrella was gone, and the awning, we still haven't fixed it. Well, we can't now. It's all half. The awning's like, it's like the awning that Jack built, isn't it? It's just really, it's really crooked, and it was just, oh my god. And you had to dismantle the trampoline. And actually I started doing it because we couldn't get out the garden or anything, could we? But we were so lucky that didn't come in through the windows, because it could have come through the windows. But also because of where it was, and it's up the hill where it blew down. Megan's
trampoline, Jeannie just said in there.
Free trampoline. But it could have gone into Megan's bedroom because we were on a hill and that was up, and we're further down our garden. It could have, but you say free trampoline
or the slope. Even.
I think that time there were people posting on Facebook about this trampoline's appeared in my garden. But some had actually been a bit like the Wizard of Oz. So these trampolines had blown up and they'd landed properly on their feet in people's gardens, and they didn't know who they belonged to. But you know how heavy they are.
Oh, they're massive.
As well.
Well, as Andrew said, the 87 one turned Seven Oaks into One Oaks. And it did, didn't it? It actually did.
There was so many where we were in Leatherhead, because it was quite rural, like it is here. Yeah, and it had been raining for those storms as well. The amount of trees, you just couldn't get anywhere. And we've had it here where there's been trees down and we haven't been able to go anywhere.
And what's this one called today?
Eunice.
Didn't we have one yesterday?
Yesterday was a different name.
And it began with a D because they go through so we're at E already, and we're only in February, and we're already at E.
Yeah,
in February.
The one yesterday was called, I posted it on my Facebook actually. It's Dudley yesterday. Dudley.
Hello. You knew that was coming.
I did.
You know.
I knew it.
My name's Dave from Dudley. I think that's quite a good accent for her. That's probably my best accent, I think.
Really? You think that's a good accent?
Dudley.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Do we know what the next one's going to be called? Have you got
after Eunice? No, Eunice is next. I think they just, when they know they're coming, then they name them. So it's Eunice.
Storm Eunice. Right. Nobody's put any stories in the chat.
It's just us.
So, yeah. Andrea lived in Great Leys, Essex, when the storm hit. That was her recollection of it.
I remember when that one hit. But we've had a few storms here, and it's always worse. It's not so much having the storm, because the trees generally give a little bit. It's when it's been really, really wet. And I just think if you go over into our woods that we've got at the front of the house, there actually there's a.
We've got the creaky tree.
We have the creaky tree that's lost a branch that's down, and they're big oak trees, and the trees here are hundreds.
Fred's next, by the way.
Huh?
Fred is next.
Is that all right?
Storm Fred. Tara, I think it's on the one.
Yeah, I think she is. But some of the trees that are up in our woods have obviously there's a really, really big old one, and that has obviously come down years ago. And I just find it really, really sad, because you're looking at these big oak trees that had lived all their lives, hundreds and hundreds of years, and one storm comes, it uproots them,
just blows it away,
and that's it, and they're dead. It's like loads of dead bodies. It's really sad. There's that. You've seen that really big one.
Yeah, no.
It's really sad. I think that's always sad.
I hate it seeing.
I hate also when you go down the motorway. And you see the big lorries that have all the big tree trunks on there.
Oh,
and to me, that's because I'm environmentalist and I like looking after the planet.
But anyway,
and
hang on.
Like
I have the
dead
names.
bodies for me.
I have the name. Yeah, no, I get that.
I find it really sad.
These are the 20,
Final Destination.
These are the 20. Here we go. So the storm names start from September 2021. So that's why we're around at E already. It's not as though we've had 5 massive storms, and these go through till August 2022. We've already had Arwen, Barra, and Corrie. Storm Corrie. We better have EastEnders.
They're obviously running out of names, aren't they?
And then we had Dudley yesterday, apparently. Eunice is today or tomorrow.
Fred tomorrow?
No, it's not Fred. It's Franklin.
Franklin.
And then
Franklin.
And then we've got Gladys.
Oh, I had an aunt called Gladys.
And then we've got Herman.
Herman and the Hermits? No.
I always think of Herman Monster. And then Imani. And then Jack.
Oh,
Jack's all
after
right.
my son, Jack.
And then Kim. Does anyone call themselves Kim now?
We've got Kim who works for us at the station.
Kimberly, isn't it?
No, it's Kim.
Oh, right. Logan.
Kim who does a show on Sundays.
Sorry, Kim. Logan. I can't even pronounce the next one. It's M-E with like a accent on it. A-B-H. No idea. I'm not even going to try. Then we got Nazim, and then Olwen, and then Pole, P-O-L, Pole.
Yeah. Well, I think they're being inclusive. Ruby.
Sean. Oh, this is a new. Taniki. Tineke. That's a nice name. That's a different name.
No, you can't because it sounds like a hickey from Kaniki.
Yeah, but that'd be that'll be a great name for an animal.
For an animal.
It would be a great name for an animal. Taniki.
No, that's a mouthful to call out.
And then Virgil, and then William, but W-I-L-L-E-M. I-E-M. Will M-E-M.
William.
Will M-M-M.
Will I am.
And there you go. There's the storm names, right? Okay. Hope you all stay safe to tomorrow.
Yes.
With the storm Eunice that's gonna batter us.
Yeah, apparently. Just stay safe. They're saying to stay indoors.
Well, I fancy going down the golf club.
I don't think.
Can you imagine how far I'd hit the ball with the wind behind me? I'll be like whoosh, Bryson DeChambelos or whatever his name is. Could you imagine?
No.
Mind you, I wouldn't like hitting the ball into the wind because it might end up flying back over my head.
It's bad enough when you're throwing the dog balls into the wind, isn't it?
Yeah, oh gosh, yeah, oh god, forgot about that. Boys are going to have fun tomorrow. Right, that is it. We are out of here. Thanks to everyone for joining us.
Well, we need to talk about what's coming up next.
What is coming up next? I bet they all know.
Ska, Reggae and Two-Tone show with the fabulous Queen of Reggae, Tara Thomas.
Cream of Reggae?
Queen.
Oh, I thought we said cream.
Queen.
Cream.
Although I think our friend
hang on,
Gil
sorry. Mia is how they pronounce that.
Okay.
Thank you, Andrea.
Although our friend Gil in Weymouth, I think he calls her the Duchess or something.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he does, the Duchess of Reggae.
Yeah.
And then at 10 o'clock, it's the Shelley Jane Extravaganza. And this week, it's called Melbourne Collingwood Aussie Pride. Shelley Jane with guest DJ Janie.
Oh. Sorry, I've just seen Janella. After the 87, I was drunk, got up the next day and walked to work. Branches all over the place. Sorry. She slept through it. Oh, dear.
Then 11 o'clock, we have Thomas with Hyperpop Hour.
It's the Hyperpop Hour.
And then at midnight, we have DJ Susie B, who's there.
And you lot spoiled.
Yeah, very spoiled.
You're spoiled. Spoiled to bits. I'm back tomorrow with the breakfast show, 7 o'clock.
I'll be covering your weekend vibe, I think, possibly.
You will be, yeah, because I'm out working. But I'm here at 7 and then again at 10 with a bit of TRUK Gold. Gold. And I'm going playing all my favourite songs from my albums that I've purchased over the years. Good. Right, we're out of here. Say goodbye, Avril.
Goodbye.
Thanks to everyone for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
We shall see you soon.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.